Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-April 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Libra. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages they receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's happening for the remainder of April. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note there for you, Libra. But again, let's go back to column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close, and get started there. We're going to pull a summary affirmation card to start with. Your card says, I feel balanced. I feel like a broken record saying this sometimes, but I seriously love anytime we get a balance card. I think in general, we can always all use more balance no matter how good or bad things are going. So balance is a good thing. So love that you've had a balanced last few weeks or month. That's great energy to have there, Libra. Wish I could see that one for everyone all the time. But let's see what messages we've got coming through here. Okay, first up we have the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is a card of celebration, so there definitely could have been a celebration recently. Birthday party, success at work, or success on a project, an engagement party. Seems like some sort of celebration. This is also very much so a family and friends card, so enjoying that time with family and friends. The other thing I'm going to say with the 3 of Cups too, this could be like circle of support. So you could have been somebody's circle of support. So they could have come to you for support, or maybe you were leveraging your circle of support here recently. But lots of different meanings with that 3 of Cups. Pretty much all good things though. The next card that we have is the 10 of Cups. If you've watched my readings before, you know I love the 10 of Cups. It's one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It's a card of everything wonderful, truthfully. This is total love, support, contentment, happiness. Also very strong family and friends card, so a lot of family friend energy coming in here for you, Libra. But the 10 of Cups, again, it's all things great. So I like this energy for you, and on top of being balanced, it feels content and happy. At the bottom here, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very free-spirited, very creative, but there's a sense of freedom that comes with this card. Very freeing energy, lots of flexibility and go with the flow here too, which I like with the balance. Sometimes we're so busy and so consumed we don't have that ability to be flexible or have that freedom. So like that energy as well. Could be some creative energy too. Maybe some of you have been doing journaling or yoga or painting, something on the more creative side there. Okay, now let's take a look at our clarifiers though, see what other messages I can give you for these last few weeks. First up, we have the Lovers card. Anytime we have the Lovers card, of course, it's a card of love. It's a card of partnership, strength together. This ties nicely in again with family and friends and the strength of a family and strength of a friendship, and all into that circle of support, that kind of partnership, that deep love and caring for each other. The Lovers card can also be a decision that may needed to be made, but mostly speaking to the strength of relationships, and it seems like it was a big relationship last few weeks. The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Swords, this is getting clarity. Potentially, this could be resolving conflict again, so that could be that circle of support, so you supporting or somebody coming to you for, no, I said that twice. You getting support or them coming to you for support. Sorry, Libra. Kind of blended all those words together. So resolving a conflict is a feeling here. But I think there could be like some internal clarity on what truly makes you happy, some internal clarity on things that really balances you. Again, maybe some of these creative activities we were talking about here at the bottom. At the bottom, we have the death card. I always like to throw it out there. The death card does not mean death, but it does indicate changes and it's transformation and it's change happening right before us. So I like this though because I think we're leaning into a more creative time. We're leaning into a more balanced time. And again, you're figuring out what feels good. You're figuring out how to maintain the creativity, how to maintain the contentment, how to contain the balance. So I like that. I like all of these things combined here, Libra. Now moving on, let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to what's coming for the remainder of April. We have the card, I Will Surrender. So I Will Surrender is an interesting card. This is typically about surrendering a belief, an idea, a memory, a circumstance, something that's a relationship, maybe whatever it may be, that's not serving you well. It's something that's holding you back. It's something we need to put down. I realize it's super tiny on this card, but if you look inside the lantern, there's heart in there. And the heart is like locked inside the lantern or locked inside the cage. So it's something that's holding you back. It's holding your heart captive. And that's what's driving the need to surrender it. So let's go ahead and take a look though and see what other information I can give you here. But be thinking about, what do we need to let go of? What do we need to release? What do we need to surrender? It seems like there is something. First up, we have the Six of Swords. I know the Six of Swords on a traditional deck of cards can look a little gloomy, but it's actually a card I'm a pretty big fan of. With the Six of Swords, it's about going through a necessary transition. And in this case, it's moving forward from this thing. It's surrendering this thing so we can move past it and take your heart out of the cage here. This can be a card of physically moving or relocating, so keep that in mind as well. But definitely an indicator of a transition. And again, it's transitioning away from whatever this is. The next card we have is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the Queen of Healing. This is about being nurtured, being supported. On an original tarot deck, this cup doesn't even look like a cup. It looks like a trophy, and it's like you're this trophy and you need to keep yourself on the trophy shelf, nice and polished and cleaned and well taken care of. So again, to polish yourself up and keep yourself on that nice high shelf, and treat your trophy the way it should be, treat yourself the way it should be. Again, something to be surrendered here, something to move past. At the bottom here, we have the Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacles. This is typically a card of new money, job, raise, some sort of money news. This is also a card of patience too. So it could be some time to get through this transition. It might not be something you're able to just put down and turn your back on and walk away from it like it never happened. So keep that in mind, that some patience could be involved with this surrender or this letting go. Taking a look at clarifiers though, let's see what other messages I can give you. Up first we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacles. This could be a rivalry, it could be a challenge, it could be an obstacle. More than anything though, I feel like this thing that needs to be surrendered is causing these feelings to pop up or these challenges to pop up or these conflicts to pop up. So again, it's really transitioning away from this item that we're surrendering because it kind of is constantly popping up. Maybe not constantly popping up, but it keeps popping up, if that makes sense, Libra. The next card that we have is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of leaving a legacy. This is long term. This is healing that we need to do. This is something we need to let go of for the sake of long term, for the sake of the future and the places we want to go, the person we want to be, the happiness we want to have. So again, for that long term, there's something that needs to be surrendered, something that needs to be healed with the Queen of Cups there. At the bottom, we have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is a card, it's very like Prince or Princess Charming. It can be very romantic. It can be very proposal-like. I think it's almost like picturesque. It's like we thought this was the thing that we wanted so badly, and that's why we've had a hard time letting it go. Maybe it's like the image of what it could be, or what we wanted it to be, or we thought it should be. Like we thought it was so perfect. And maybe that's why it's taken this time, or it takes this patience to move forward from it. At this point, I think you're aware that we need to surrender and move past, but it's like, this is what it could have been, and that's why we haven't moved away from it to this point. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money here, Libra. Starting out with a quick money message, it says, the spirit of money is within you. You are money and you are never without. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. First, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. This is taking on some sort of new role, responsibility, job, project. So something new is cooking here. I feel like we've talked about this a lot, Libra. Maybe I'm making that up, but I feel like the last few readings, it's like there's new things coming in, it seems like frequently for you in terms of career. The next card that we have is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. More importantly, though, this is about trusting yourself. Trust your abilities, trust your knowledge, trust your expertise. Libra, I don't feel like you're one to like go and brag and be super confident, but now is a good time to again trust yourself and trust your abilities as we take on some of these new roles, projects, responsibilities, whatever it may be. At the bottom here we have the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. Typically, though, Ace of Cups is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. I want to focus on two things here, the relationship piece and the proposal piece. So there could be a new business relationship coming in, maybe a new manager, coworker, peer, mentor. This relationship feels really important. Or again, this could be, in terms of proposal, this new opportunity that we're seeing with the Page of Wands. But again, I feel like you've had a lot of new opportunities, so things keep rolling in, but it feels really good and it feels really meaningful. So again, trust it there, that it's taking you where you need to go. Let's take a look at clarifiers, though. First, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I always like when the Queen of Pentacles comes up in the money column. This is a card of resources and being smart with your resources, so I do like the Queen of Pentacles for that reason. I think in general you're making good money moves, which is always important. Also, this is about like putting the right time and energy and effort into certain things, and I think you're doing a good job of that. So as these new things pop up, it seems like you are putting the right effort and resources towards them. The next card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of success, but it's a card of delayed success. It's about being patient. It could be waiting. Again, you have to trust that you're capable. Maybe things take a little bit longer, but that doesn't affect your ability. That doesn't affect your skills. That doesn't affect your knowledge. So what I'm getting is like, don't let these things make you question your confidence or your worth, Libra. Because it's taking longer doesn't mean that, again, you're not qualified or you're not skilled. At the bottom here, we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is kind of a card of low feelings. You see the dark sky, the person laying down flat. Going back to this relationship, I think you could use some help. Maybe you're really busy, or again, lots of new things coming in. So this is kind of saying like you need help in this case, but it does look like this relationship is going to come in and provide the help and support that you need. So for that sense, I like to see it. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. A quick love card to start with here, Libra. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here. First, we have the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. I do think there's a new friendship, new relationship, new family member maybe coming through here. So definitely some sort of new relationship and connection. The next card that we have is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is some sort of decision that needs to happen here. I'm just throwing it out here. I don't think that these two are connected, so there is some sort of new relationship, but there is a different decision that needs to be made in terms of love that doesn't seem connected to that relationship. At the bottom here, we have the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is very reliable, very patient, very hardworking. Again, I don't think that these two are necessarily connected, but I do think these two are connected. I think we're having to put a lot of time and energy and resources and effort into a relationship. And it's almost like, do we continue that relationship or not continue that relationship? That seems to be the question at hand here. Let's clarify though. At first we have the Nine of Cups. Love, love, love the Nine of Cups. This is wishes coming true, material happiness, abundance, good health, all things wonderful. Whatever you expect from this relationship, whatever you want from this relationship, that's it. I mean, it is literally to the T what you were hoping for, what you were wishing for. So love that new relationship there. The next card that we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is very nostalgic. It's a card of looking back. It's a card of reflecting. It could be innocence or reunion. So maybe the question here is, do you reunite? Do you continue this relationship? I feel like you're looking back at all the past events and things that have happened. I think we are going to part ways from this relationship. Again, the time, the effort, the energy we're sinking in is not there. It's not worth it. I don't think it's what you want. I don't think it's a road you want to go down again. The Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on, abandoning. So it does seem like there is some sort of relationship that we're getting over. But again, mind you, that first two cards doesn't seem connected to these bottom four cards. So two different love messages, I believe, for most of you. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, Libra, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card, I feel confident. I was kind of just talking about this in the money column. You just got to trust yourself and trust your skills. But I love the confident card. And this is a really good affirmation for you, especially for those of you like me that do have self-doubt or self-confident issues. So I feel confident. Love that for you. Let's see what messages we've got going on here. First up, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a card of respect. It's a card, this needs to be you respecting yourself. I'm not even going to get into the other meanings. That's the message I have there, is this respect for yourself is so, so important this month. I'm going to clarify this and see if I can get any more context on why the Emperor is coming through in this manner, but self-respect, self-confidence, self-respect. The next card we have is the King of Cups. This is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. Again, these are things you need to be doing for you. This might be an all you column here, Libra. At the bottom we have the Lovers card. The Lovers card is a card of love. This can be a card of self-love. This can be a card of partnership. But I do think this is about loving yourself. It's interesting how, so like this is the respect for yourself, and this is the kind of nurturing and support that we're providing ourselves and the love that we're providing ourselves here. So kind of a self-lovey month, Libra, if you will. The first clarifier we have is the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation. It's a card of abundance. With the Empress, you can create anything that you want, but if we're not being kind to ourselves, if we don't have the correct mindset, it's going to be really challenging to do that. So perhaps that's why this self-love is so important. Something you're trying to create, something you're trying to accomplish, and I think the answer really is going to be taking care of yourself. You're not going to get there without this self-love and this self-care. The next card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles can be a card kind of isolation, a card of worry. Again, I think you're questioning if you're going to accomplish something that you're going to be able to, you're questioning if you're going to be able to accomplish something here, Libra, But the answer is like being confident in yourself and taking care of yourself and respecting yourself, and that will seem to come true. So I don't know that the worry necessarily needs to happen here. Taking a look at our last clarifier here is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is like juggling all things, and I think perhaps Libra, at least maybe in the last few weeks or month, maybe we've kind of fallen off on making time for ourselves because we've been juggling so many other things. So I guess moral of this this column, make sure you're taking care of yourself, and everything else is kind of going to come here. Whatever you want to create is going to happen, but if you're not taking care of yourself, that is the limiting factor there. So took me a minute to get there, but we got there, Libra. Okay, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick, but let's go ahead and get started. And question number 1, we have the 3 of Hearts. This is number 1 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 6 of Diamonds. This is number 51 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3 is the Queen of Hearts. This is number 23 card. That's going to be a yes. So yes, no, yes there for you. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of April. This month you have Ruby, which is good for joy of living. It's very spontaneous, helps give you momentum and passion. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Libra, your healing note says, get over your hill and see what you find, with grace in your heart and flowers in your hair. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I also did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Libra, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your April.